Hey guys, Viper again, back with another Halo video, and I know it's been a couple of weeks, but information has really been dry on the Halo front, and I've been really bogged down with like personal stuff with like having to work more and things like that, so it's meant I've not been able to kind of get a few streams out, or videos haven't come out as often as they have been as of late. But rest assured now, we should be back on track. Certain things at work have like sorted themselves out, and I've got a few videos in the pipeline should be coming to you all. Obviously starting with this one, so yeah, last night we finally got an update as to what to expect in terms of upcoming content within Halo Infinite, Willis multiplayer more specifically. So yeah, last night we got the March 22 update, so yeah, we'll just go through it all. So with the first section here, it's basically acknowledging that the E4 Industries team have a priority zero rule, which basically means above all else they prioritize the health and well-being of the developers of the team, which is fair enough. But in this same opening paragraph here as well, they also say they think they might have been a little bit too slow rather than pushed more work out. So fair play to them for like saying that. Whether or not that's just to kind of help cool tensions with the Halo community at home, because I know everyone's in uproar. They've not had a roadmap or anything like that, but finally, people are getting this now, so we have some idea. By the end of this video, you'll have some idea, of what to expect and what's coming up. So yeah, coming on to the next bit here, we've got their first priority is addressing the critical issues with the game. So since the launch of Halo Infinite, we have been carefully tracking and analysing all critical issues negatively impacting players' experience with the game and supporting services. So if you guys are already aware a hot fix went out a couple of weeks ago that kind of made some server and match stability improvements, and I believe they addressed their anti-cheat and improved upon it. Having a handful of games, I think over the last 2 or 3 days that I've had, this has been the first time playing Halo since the update, and I'm gonna say the ranked games that I had were very stable. A few rubber banding issues here and there, but I was getting some pretty low ping matches, and it felt pretty consistent as well. So I tip my fedora to you 343. The internal name they have for the process of addressing these critical issues is called a hot list. Every week, the developers will get together, write down a list of what they should prioritize and address within the game. The hot list serves as a vital internal planning tool for our monthly development sprints, as well as hot fixes, content updates, and seasons we deliver to you. Some of the issues on the hot list are gaps in the Halo Infinite experience that we only fully understand close to launch and were unable to address at an acceptable quality bar before ship. An example of this kind of known hot list issue is Spartan Career, aka score-based player progression. Examples of unknown issues at launch were vulnerabilities in our anti-cheat system and problems with Btv Matchmaking that we didn't realise existed until we launched the game at scale. Honestly, I would have liked to feel free to kind of address what some of those issues might have been with the anti-cheat, because I'm in with the majority of the camp here that I don't think an anti-cheat existed in Halo before this update. I really don't. There was far too much hacking, cheating, rubber banding, 100 ping plus matches. It was all over the place. So yeah, they go on here. Thus far, we have prioritised acute unknown before ship issues that have a widespread negative impact on the ship's experience. Some items have been addressed and cleared from the hot list, Btv Matchmaking, which again, they addressed that quite well. I think it was the third time that they were successful with it, but BTB feels really good now as well. Some have had partial improvements but need more work, anti-cheat, and others are in active development but not yet released. A Spartan Career, Campaign, Co-op, and Forge. We are working on a public-facing version of the hot list, similar to what the studio did during the Master Chief Collection update, so that all of you will have a clear, consistent window into the status of hot list issues as we work to address them. Okay, so they're going to reintroduce flight into Halo Infinite, like proper. All right, yeah, cool. I'm down for that. So if you're not already familiar with what a flight in is, or if you didn't participate in Halo Infinite's multiplayer flights, it's basically they give you a preview of the content you expect within the upcoming season of a Halo game. It was a system they had throughout the Master Chief Collection, and it's by the sound of that, they're going to introduce it into Halo Infinite proper now. The full game is out. It's really cool because I see the last major content update for the Halo Master Chief Collection, they introduced like some medieval ancient sets of armor into the game, and there was a couple of multiplayer maps, and I was a part of the flights for them, and we got to preview tests, and we got a full season pass with all the new armors. We got to try and customize. It was really cool, and we got to play test things like custom games browse for Halo Reach and eventually Halo 3 and introduced it. It was really awesome, really cool. So if you're not already signed up to the flight, just visit Waypoint and join to the Halo Waypoint flight. It's at the top here. Is it? Oh no, because it's all changed now. Sorry. It might be in your sign-in bar, but if you just look around the website, I'll leave the link directly to it below, and you'll be able to find it and sign up to the flight system. Strongly recommend it if you're into Halo. Strongly recommend it. Priority 2, shipping season 2. There we go, the meat of the post. So if you check your season 1 battle pass, you will see that season 1 ends on May 2nd. And that's because season 2 will launch May 3rd. I'm very excited to announce the official name, which is Lone Wolves. By theme, we mean a core idea that guides the creation of much but not all of the season's content. Lone Wolf Spartans are hunters, trackers. They're resourceful improvisers operating deep in enemy territory without resupply or support. They're fierce, rugged, and prefer to work alone, but they're still loyal to the Spartan pack. But here's an early peek at these two Lone Wolves. At two of these Lone Wolves. And if you from a lore point of view as well, I believe all of Noble Team from Halo Reach were all individually part of the Lone Wolf program inside of the UNSC. Emil, more notably, for every scratch in his helmet that made up the skull, it was a scratch for every Covenant member he had killed, as far as I understand it. So it looks like we're being introduced to more of these like Spartans as a part of these unit, and I'm not gonna lie, I think that these arm sets look absolutely incredible. That looks like the Firefall helmet or a variant of it, and is that security? But yeah, I really dig that shoulder pad. It sort of reminds me of Bucks from Halo 5, and yeah, that coating looks great. I love the straps here around his thighs, and that kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 5 sneaking suit a little bit. But yeah, and then obviously this fella on the right here, we've got knives coming down the side of his hip, tusks for knee pads. I really concept art. I really dig these. I wonder what they said though. They're going to be their own cores. That's going to like kind of suck a little bit. I'd like these to be a part of the Mark 7 armor rather than make another new core for it. I hope that's the case. Anyway, like this gets added on the season pass along with the Heroes of Reach missing content, because there's a few pieces like Emil shoulder pads you still can't get. But I like both of these armor sets, so yeah, we'll carry on. The concept for 2 of Halo Infinite's Lone Wolves coming in season 2, as we just discussed. That's Spartan Sigrid Eklund on the left and Spartan Hiodina on the right. I don't know if I pronounced those names right. I'm sorry if I've butchered it. You'll learn more about them and spend more time with Spartan Commander Laureate. That's enough of that. I'm not going to attempt that one. As you dive into season 2 story, a mix of cinematic story-themed events and battle pass items that more embody the Lone Wolves theme. Right, okay, so they're going to give us more frequent cutscenes by the sound of that. So are they going to take the Destiny approach here? So for every week, you'll be given a cutscene that reset depending on how the story develops. Is that the approach they're looking at taking the multiplayer? But like I said, not all season content is directly linked to a theme. And a prime example of this is our free Fracture Armor Core for season 2. Here's a concept of that core, and we can't wait to show you all the customization options for it, and for the free Lone Wolves Armor Core. Oh, so they're separate. I'm not. Oh, come on. So basically, that's it. That Mark 7's done with now as an armor core after the season. That's a bit. I don't like that. That quite clear to me. Looks like the Mark 7 core variant, but I'm not happy with that. Yeah, and then we've got this here. Let's So yeah, so a bigger inspection on this. It looks very Fallout, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm not sure what I make of that. It looks very rustic, old, like it's surviving a nuclear blast. I get very Fallout inspiration from this kind of set. I don't mind it. This not my cup of tea. I don't really like big and bulky. No, I like Leaf. Leaf Slender. That's this set to me looks great. I love these two. During season 2, we'll also be shipping playlist updates, balance changes, new modes, and maps. So that's plural. We're getting some content there. Specifically, one arena map named Catalyst, and one BTB map named Breaker. The new modes include Last Spartan Standing, a free-for-all elimination mode, as well as another new mode named Land Grab. Wasn't Land Grab introduced in Halo 4? I might even be wrong at what game I've seen. I'm pretty sure we've played Land Grab in another Halo game. Plus the return of an updated all-time favourite mode, King of the Hill. King of the Hill's returning. The concept for Breaker, a new big team back. Okay. Well, there's not much really you can glean from that. Just the forerunner structure with a massive bridge on it. Okay. And oh, this is looking familiar. Concept of Catalyst, a new arena comes to hit. Ooh, what's that map on Halo 3? And it's like a load of like pillars with like bridges interlinking between them all. Then there's the underground with the sword or hammer in the middle of it. It reminds me of that map from Break. I can't think what it's called off the top of my head. But it's quite a popular one. It's one of the competitive maps. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And yeah, I like the look of this one. I mean, there's a lot more to take away from that than this, than Breaker. Oh yeah, Catalyst looks really good. We'll have a lot more to share about Season 2 maps, modes and customization options and narrative content in April as our marketing and promotional campaign kicks into high gear. Okay, so we'll get more information in April, that's good. Priority 3. Work on a campaign co-op Forge and Season 3. Yeah, this is a meaty one, this, isn't it? Making progress on campaign network co-op, and to be clear, this work has been occurring in parallel to Season 2 work, as has our work on Forge. But the reality is that we're going to take more time to land a high quality full-featured 4-player network co-op experience in the massive wide open world of Halo Infinite. Oh, so is that a confirmation of a delay? Oh, I don't know if people are going to like that. We've also committed to great 2-player split-screen co-op experience on all Xbox consoles, from the original Xbox One through Xbox One Series X, and the non-linear wide open sections of the campaign present some big challenges for split screen that have taken us more time to solve. Ooh, okay. All this means that we will not be able to ship campaign network co-op on May 3rd. Right, that's a very specific wording. Campaign network. So does that mean they'll deliver on LAN? At the start of season 2, but we are still aiming to deliver the campaign network co-op later in season 2. Okay. And we will share a release date for that and for split screen co-op as soon as we can. Alright, so is split screen LAN and then networks separate? They play around with words a little bit too much there. They need to be a bit more clearer, because obviously LAN and network co-op sound like two completely different things to me. We are also making great progress on Forge. We are already flighting Forge to a small group of community creators and working closely with them to ensure that all of you have a terrific experience creating, sharing, browsing and playing Forge content. I know I've seen a few clips on Twitter with people sharing Forge, on Livefire, people being able to get raining effects across the map, and it really gives an ODST vibe. It's absolutely mad from what I've seen so far. Most recent thing that I've seen is a screenshot of all the weapons that you can play around with in Forge, all laid down on the ground on one of the BTB maps. Speaking of Season 3, while the majority of the team is tackling hotlist items shipping Season 2 and working on campaign co-op on Forge, there are also many folks hard at work on Season 3. We'll be sharing additional details and specifics on all these development efforts at a later date. Importantly, we're not just planning to address hotlist items at the start of seasons. Similar to update 1.1.1 that launched a little more than a week ago, we intend to to ship fixes, features, and content in more agile ways during our seasons. I hope that, because they promised, a frequent flow of updates, fixes, and all that. With it being a live service game, and again, they're promising that all over again. I just can only hope with season 2 is where real change starts happening, and the statements they keep making are actually, they're holding themselves accountable for the things that they're saying here. Fingers crossed. And speaking of great seasonal content, our season 1 and Tactical Ops. Hey, there we go. So yeah, Tactical Ops is starting. I have covered this event in another video. I will link it in the description, and I'll link directly towards video at the end of this for you guys, so you can actually see what's going to be on the season pass. It's literally going to be a bunch of Mark 7 core, Mark 5 variant armor, with a few bits and pieces here and there, like an EOS kunai or weapon charm. You check the video out, but yeah, I've covered this event already. I'm looking forward to this. On behalf of the entire team, thank you again for your patience and for your passion. Please keep the feedback coming. We know that we are listening and learning, and that we are working hard to deliver more Halo Infinite content that we hope you love to play. So yeah, now we've covered that video. Yeah, this has kind of gone on a little bit, but I kind of wanted to kind of throw my own opinions as I went along there, rather than just read a blog post and bore you all to death. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and if you're not subscribed already, please think about hitting that subscribe and like button. It will help get my video through the YouTube algorithms, and maybe people might check out other pieces of content, and I greatly appreciate if you could too. I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/serrated_viper, and all that and all my socials will be linked in the description below. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.